Hi, my name is Roger Michelson. I'm CEO and President of BNMC, Brady Network Management. We're a new charter technology company. We're located up in the Boston metro area, and we have about 20 employees. Well, for a long time, I've always known that peer was really important. I met with a lot of people in the industry, a lot of MSP in the industry years and years ago who were in peer and were getting a lot of value. And the way I saw it is that peer is important, not just from an accountability standpoint to let us work together, talk to each other, but to hold us, accountable for help building our business. And it was really instrumental in helping me build BNMC from basically making no money years and years ago to where we were, to the point where we could sell the company and become part of New Charter Technologies. Well, being part of TruMethods has been a huge impact for us. As I mentioned, when I met Gary almost a decade ago and we talked through our numbers at BNMC at the time, I was basically making no money. I thought I was making some, but Gary said, no, you're not making any money at all. And as we started with the TruMethods framework back then and then joined Peer about the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, it started basically helping us grow the business from $3.5 million of top line revenue and about 150,000 of MRR to where we are today, about 6.5 million, about 350,000 MRR, and much more profitable, from almost 0% profitability to closer to 20% profitability. So before joining, I knew that BNMC needed some help. So we were struggling, we were stuck. I don't want to say stuck in a rut per se, but we were about the $3 to $3.5 million mark. And at some point we actually had 24 employees at that rate and we're making zero money. And we were going along in like 2016, 17, 18, about the same rate without any change. So I really needed to do something dramatically for the business that drove change, that made us change our strategy and where we wanted to get to. And I feel that TruPeer was really instrumental in helping change that. One of my superpowers is networking, and I've been going to conferences and meeting with my industry peers, other MSPs and other industry leaders for years and years and years. Actually, I met Gary Pica at one of the original ConnectWise peer meetings, local peer meetings back in the day. I always talked with other MSPs at conferences, what are you doing, what you're not, and realized that that's the power of sharing information. And I was always confident of being able to share information. I think the biggest challenge for us was getting the information correct, especially for smart numbers. That took a long time, a lot more than most people think. The tangible results that we've seen obviously the financial results were the largest amount, but also it's sort of been the growth of our leadership team. We've also seen changes for our staff and the culture. I feel that BNMC is a better place to work now. And as I said earlier, the peer has really helped us get to a point where we could actually become part of New Charter Technologies. We joined that platform back in May of last year, 2024. I don't believe that would have been possible without the instrumental changes we made in our company, and a lot of that led from peer and choices we made in the strategy that kind of drove us to that point.